I dreamed of going to university, so I kind of, from that one, I thought that I could be the first one in my family who could go to university and start that chain.
If I wasn't at university, I don't know what I'd be doing. I think I'd be very unfulfilled unless I found a job that really did stretch my mind. It means a lot, to be fair.
There's loads of different avenues you can take to get into your future, and it's nice to know that I am doing something which is going to give me the best possible avenue.
I dreamed of going to university, but in 2012 that completely changed when the student fees went up. It was completely, I was thinking that it's impossible for me to go to university, but I think it's like I'm here now.
Your circumstances, they shouldn't hinder your chances of progressing into something such as higher education and coming to university. It's there for everybody, so don't think that your circumstances will hinder that at all. Just go for it.
I went to college thinking that I was never going to get to college. I didn't think I'd get past high school. And so when I was in college and everyone else was applying for UCAS, I was sat there a bit like, am I actually going to get to uni? Is that something I can do? And I emailed the advice centre for John Moores, because that was the uni I really wanted to go to for teaching. And within a few days they emailed back, I had a meeting, and it was from that first meeting that I knew I was going to uni, because I knew that there was support out there.
There are some young people who don't have the things that others take for granted. So they may not have a secure home, they may not have any kind of support from their family, from their parents. I can't imagine what it must be like to do your qualifications, to try and get into university while you're in a hostel or sleeping on a friend's sofa, or maybe being moved around between foster placements. And this is the experience that a number of our Unite Foundation scholars have had. And yet they've succeeded, they've done really well, they've got to university. What we offer is a secure home for the full time that are at university, plus a cost of living allowance. And it's really about making things fairer for them and giving them those things that other students might take for granted, so they can go on and succeed, achieve their ambitions and their goals.
I think our scholars have overcome significant barriers to coming to university prior to joining us, through the fact that they're estranged from their families. I think the scheme has made an enormous impact, as it provides stability for what could be the first time in quite a long time with our students. So they know that coming to the university, they've got that stability for 3 years, and then they can just hit the ground running and make the most out of their time.
But I always had my heart set on perhaps joining the military. And so it's like, oh, okay, I'll do sixth form and then I'll go to the military. And then it was only through sixth form that they were like, actually, you should probably do a degree. And I was like, I have no idea what to do a degree in. I'll do something that I enjoy. And then now I'm here. So
if you feel that you want to go to university and experience all the wonders of university, but there's pressure for you to go out and earn money, then try and get to university. It's got to be what you want to do.
On the King's College website, there's like loads of bursaries, so I just went through them all and seen if I could apply for any, and applied for everything that I could and see if I got lucky of anything, and I did. So
being able to have this scholarship means that I can live, safely, comfortably in London. And it means that I can interact with my friends. I don't have to be like, oh no, sorry, I can't come out with you tonight because I can't afford it.
When I originally decided against going to university, one of the biggest put-offs was the fact that there was so much of a financial burden, having to pay for accommodation and food, and London on its own, as expensive as it is. So being offered this, obviously aided my decision to saying yes and going for it, and it's removed that financial burden of paying rent and having to budget tightly each week.
You don't have to worry about where I'm living next year. You don't have to worry what I'm gonna do next year. If it's gonna be more expensive, if I'm gonna find a place. If all these worries and ifs are gone.
If this is possible now, then anything I do in the future is a bit limitless, which is nice because growing up not knowing what was going to happen next week, it's quite nice to know that I can plan in advance. There are things that I want to do that I can do, and without university I wouldn't have been able to do any of those things.
I think that the scheme is supporting our students in changing their lives for the better. They've overcome significant disadvantage to get to university, and it's enabling them to go out and make the most of their lives when they're at university and then when they graduate.
I would say take every kind of opportunity you can and make sure that you drive your skill sets forward to making sure that when you are in the marketplace, you've got things that multinationals such as us view as positive things?
I would say to any young person who's thinking about university but wondering whether it's something that they can really go for, really achieve, is don't let things hold you back. Don't let practical considerations, financial considerations hold you back. Other people have succeeded and you can do it too. And there is the support out there, like the Unite Foundation Scholarship Scheme, that are going to help you to get where you want to go.
Unite Foundation it's filling that hole that's been left by councils, and I'm sure it's going to give some young people a chance that they would have never had in life.
Everything around me is very enriching. I'm getting all these different experiences, and it's fundamentally because of the scholarship.
I feel quite proud of myself, and that gives me more faith and confidence to go ahead, and I know I'm going to be able to achieve more other things, like if I want to do a masters, go ahead and do it. Grow up and be a doctor if I want to be, and so on and so forth.
The support is out there. It's knowing when to ask for it, feeling empowered enough to ask for support. And if you don't know what kind of support you might need, that's okay.
I can do masters and do PhD, I can go do teacher training courses, like avenues opened which wouldn't necessarily be there if I wasn't studying a degree, so it's nice to know that I have more options by being at university.